I thought I would make a series of videos on the BlackBerry DTEK60. This one's going to be specifically about the BlackBerry launcher, but I thought I would compare and contrast with the Google Pixel and the DTEK60. The Samsung Galaxy S7 is actually taking the video, so you can see the quality of that. The BlackBerry DTEK60 is running Marshmallow 6.0, and the Google Pixel is running Android Nougat 7.0. So let's jump right in. The way to start the phones up here, BlackBerry's got under the settings, under display, an easy way to start your phone, and it's called tap to wake. You could tap your phone and it starts the screen, tap it, and it goes to sleep again. You could tap it, and the Pixel doesn't actually have tap to wake. There are other gestures that the Pixel does for other things, but it doesn't wake up the phone. So you have to use the power button to turn it on. The home screens are pretty familiar. The Pixel is running Nougat, and so what they've done here is they've changed it a little bit. They've pinned the Google Now bar across the top here, so you could slide it over and you get some great information. There also the date here on the side that they've pinned to the screen, and you cannot move those. And so I thought if I pinned my time app right underneath it, it seems to clutter up the screen. So I keep the clock app on the front screen here, and so that's where you can get to your alarms, your stopwatch, and your timers and things of that sort. The app drawer down here, if you swipe up, actually brings it up rather than the Google Now swipe up now. So, and if you tap and you hold, you bring up the assistant on Android Nougat. On the BlackBerry DTEK60, they've basically left it open to pick whatever widget you want. Now with Nougat, that may change, but right now what I've done is use the clock widget, and so to get to alarms and stopwatch and timer, I just click on the time, and there you have it. The app drawer on this one is the button, and you click on that and it brings it up. The neat thing that BlackBerry's done here is it's added a couple features here. And one, they've added widgets and shortcuts right from this menu. And so you can get right into widgets from here. And shortcuts, which is BlackBerry's addition in it. So it adds so many of these little shortcuts that you can add to your home screen or any screen, like turning on Bluetooth, call voicemail, add contact, add an event. And it just makes it really easy. A one-stop shop for shortcuts, so that's really nice. Underneath the apps here, you could see here the app drawer is set up. I have it running in most used. There's a few different ways you can do it. Default runs like it would on Nougat, and it takes the last 10 apps that you've used and throws it up there, and then basically makes it alphabetical after that. I use most used, and what that does is take all the used apps that I use the most, puts them to the top, and the ones that I don't use a lot go right to the bottom. So that's a nice way to organize my apps, and I really think it's very productive and efficient. There's a little gear up at the top, and that's how you would get into the BlackBerry launcher settings. The easiest way that I found how you do it is you just click on it there, and it brings up wallpaper, pop-up widgets, which we're going to talk about, and icon packs, which is an interesting thing. BlackBerry allows you to customize your icon packs. And so if you click on that, you can see I've picked a few here. And right now I'm running the Pixel icon pack to try to mimic the Google Pixel phone. You can also just hold down this button, and you can see here wallpaper, widgets, and icon packs have been added here. So this is just a faster way to get to it as well. The other thing that they've done is the productivity tab. And the productivity tab, you can switch sides and make them bigger and smaller. And all it does is really, if you swipe over from the side, you can see calendar, hub, tasks, and contacts at a quick glance without jumping right into the app. I think it's a great feature if this phone didn't run so well. This is running the Snapdragon 820, and it flies on every app. So I don't find myself using the productivity tab that much. Maybe on lower end spec phones, it might have a better use, but I find it really easier to go right into the hub or right into calendar right from the home screen. The other thing that they've done here is the convenience key, and they kept this from the DTEK60. It's a TCL reference design, and so they have it on the DTEK60 as well, and there's so many uses for this thing. I thought at first I would use it for my Starbucks app when I started using the DTEK60. Then I moved to the hub thinking that's the easiest way to get to the hub. And now I have hub here, and I'll show you an easier way to get to it from any app. So what I ended up finding the best use for the last little while anyway is that the convenience key is really nice to get to the phone dial pad. And any app I'm in, I can just press this button. I can call out or use the phone pad. Even if I'm in the phone app and I need to type some passwords or get to it, rather than clicking on the actual soft button, you can click on here and it's really smooth. It comes up every time really fast. So the convenience key is an amazing addition to the BlackBerry DTEK60. We'll talk about a little bit about the swipe up icons. You see these three dots underneath the Starbucks app and under the score. Many of the apps, actually, if the developer has put it into the app, will allow you to have a widget. And so it's called Popup widgets or pop-up icons. And what they do is, rather than jumping into the app, you can just swipe up on the icon and it will give you a quick snapshot of the widget without going right into the app. So you can see here it's alive. I can pick different sports, and it works really well in terms of that. I've turned off a whole bunch of them, but so many can do it. The other one is the swipe up on the home button. Now, rather than the Google Pixel where you actually swipe up from here and you get into the app drawer, you can see this one just has search and then no other features. There's no other swipe gesture. BlackBerry's really based its OS on swiping and gesturing. And you can remember from BB10 how we used to have the arc to the right to peek at your hub and swipe up to turn on your phone and swipe up to minimize apps. Well, BlackBerry, if you just swipe up from the home screen, now has given you three options, and you can change these to whatever you want. And I've changed them to settings, hub, and device search. And device search is another thing that BlackBerry has added here that I haven't found any other phone to do really well compared to what BlackBerry did in BB10 and now on this. And you type in anything here and it will look through your emails, your apps, your everything that you have in your hub, and it'll bring it up here. So if you're looking for someone's email from one of their names or something, you just type that in and it'll bring anything that includes that name. The other one is settings. So rather than me swiping down with one finger and then two fingers to get to the gear up at the top, you could also swipe with two fingers to get right to it, right from the home screen. Two fingers will bring you right to there. But I find that a little bit cumbersome compared to if I just swipe up to the right arc, I get into settings a lot faster and I can do it from any app, which is really convenient. The hub is right down the center for me, so I just swipe up and I have my hub right in here. The hub is great. It has my calendar events at the top. It still has the pinch to zoom. Here's the pinch, and I have it set to actually do my unread. So you just pinch it and there's my unreads. You unpinch it and there's the my hub as usual. So that's really nice feature. And so it works from any app. So if I was, let's say I was in the weather app and I wanted to get to the hub, all I have to do is swipe up. I know a lot of demonstrations have been kind of showing it where you stop there and then you pick one. These work really quickly and you don't even have to think about it. If I want settings, you go this way. If I want the hub, you just go straight up. And if I'm in an app and I just want device search, I go that way. And it works seamless. It's very quick. It's an amazing little feature that BlackBerry's added there. The last thing I want to talk about really quickly is the minimize of apps. So here you have back, home, and the minimize of the app or the app tray. You can see here, I've got it in a very similar feature to what BB10 was. BlackBerry gives you many options. You could see here the clear all button, very clearly stated, does not move. It's right in that position, so I can always find it. If I was just to show you on the Google Pixel and how stock Android does it, if I go here, it's not on the screen. And so at first I remember them saying it was added, and then so what you have to do is you have to scroll to the back of the app list, and then you you clear all. And you saw that was a Rolodex. The Google Pixel and the Samsung both do it in the Rolodex way of cycling through your apps. What BlackBerry does is allowed you to have 3 different ways. And so if you go into settings under display, you'll see here recents. And under recents, you have Rolodex, tiles, and masonry. If I go Rolodex, you'll see here, this is the Rolodex. This is exactly how the Google Pixel and Samsung, and you can't really change it unless I think you can do it in a third-party app, but right now it comes out of the box like this. Very smooth, super smooth. If I go back and I pick masonry, this is the other way that it does it. And what this does is it does kind of adaptive tiles, some bigger, some smaller, depending on the use that you use these apps. What I found was that when I had it in this mode, I found like the phone was just a little laggy. Now, I don't know if it was this setting or not, but for some reason at some point the phone became laggy. And once I took it away from this and I put it in tile mode, I don't know if it's because it's adapting to every app and it's holding it in the RAM or whatever it may be. I'm not sure. That just might be my thing, but it became laggy. And once I actually put it to tile mode, this made the phone seamless. Like I don't even notice any lag. There is no lag. It's fantastic. It runs smooth and it's very easy to switch between apps. You see all your apps really quickly and it makes it really nice and smooth to get. I always have my BlackBerry Crackberry app running. Thanks Blaze, that's where I go for a lot of my information for BlackBerry, and I also listen to BerryFlow. They're great. If you listen to some of their blogs and chats, they tell you a lot about what's going on with BlackBerry. So that's really it. That's all I wanted to hit on. I wanted to make sure that I go through some of the key features of the BlackBerry launchers. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, hit me up, and thanks for watching.